a map lead in this series. And to be fair, they were pretty darn good against Myth on this particular map. The Streets phase hold was quite good. In fact, if teams get past the first point in Chinese Overwatch, the Streets phase often tends to be the most treacherous part of the map.
Oh, we're seeing Rain on Tracer. We've got East and Rain, dive buddies finally coming in, and actually coming out directly. Are you serious? They're coming directly behind. Actually, sorry, that was Fury who was actually catching them off a little bit and just jumped over the wall to escape. But they have the dive comp, and they have Samsara who can be so impactful on the Reaper because it's such close quarter combat fighting on this first point. Reaper really excels. That's why you see Roadhogs as well. You get a hook in, and your right click does so much damage to any Reinhardt, which NGX aren't even running, can't hold on to.
Samsara there as well finds himself already head-to-head with the Winston, but that's kind of the target he would have liked to go up against here. Fury is forced to get away very, very quickly, and RLE is already trying to get right into the backline here as well. Even a duel out against Rain, who would be a bit of a potential risk here. That's something for AllStrike. Bringing the Tracer in now is a nice little change, but Rain struggling to actually get going here. RLE's fending him off every time.
You know what's really interesting that we haven't even touched on really? Is that there's no Reinhardt for NGA. No. And Maps is still more than happy to play the way he does without a shield to hide behind. Because like you said, he's very self-sufficient. He doesn't take angles he can't, or he knows he can't win.
We've already seen 3 different players play Zaya on the side of AllStrike as well. Samsara started off with it, Rain could play it, and now 9139's playing it. East, normally the Reinhardt player, now playing the Winston here. So, I mean, at least they've answered our queries earlier on, Jason, about having now backline penetrating abilities, so Maps is going to be put under a little bit more pressure, ostensibly. That's at least the idea. So for me, that's a tick in the right box for them. But when you see how they navigate past this first point, Samsara's going to get the nano boost now, pushing forward. He's looking at Zaya, actually. Really wants to try and focus that one out here. For some reason, Shadowcat now gets himself the sound barrier, and he gets taken down. It's actually Samsara gets picked up by Little Cat, who has a very safe position. And that reminds me a lot of Forsaken, who very much just doesn't sit on the ground, always finds one little perch and knows he's really going to be focused out.
So let's look at this. RLE picked up 2 kills before Samsara picked up a single kill. He didn't actually get a single kill with the nano boost Reaper, even though he didn't have ultimate. Just the auto shots he was able to pull off. The Hellfire shotguns wasn't enough to pick up a kill, even onto Azaria, who's now gonna have Graviton surge. So Shadowcat can quickly turn the tides of this fight. RLE's actually getting slept, but there's no burst coming down onto him because he gets woken up, and there's gonna be a Graviton surge, but RLE just gonna spam through them.
Now it's back through him, and RLE's being untouched through most of these fights, and NGA are able to make a heck of a lot of headway, or at least prevent AllStrike from doing that themselves over this point. The aggression from RLE there as well. He knows that AllStrike are already in full-scale retreat, so that's just the best time for Genji to go and pick up a couple of those extra kills and force a little bit more of a trickle through. That means AllStrike takes him another 3 to 5 seconds here to actually have their team ready to go. Now, Samsara has himself the Death Blossom here. There's a decent amount of ults that are collected for AllStrike, so this would be like a spike, a power play even for them to break through. If they don't get through here, Jason, I don't think they're going to make it in general.
Yeah, I can agree with that one, actually. The payload's going to actually get a little bit extra ground, and they're going to speed boost Samsara in, even with the ground surge. The transit's going to be popular, but you can see Samsara being smart. He waits for this to finish before he's going to pop his ultimate and look to pick up quite a few kills, but RLE is already looking to chime in. He picks up the first kill onto Zarya of all people. And where's Samsara? What has he done? Nothing! He didn't kill a single person within his ultimate, and he's lost it, and now he's dead.
Yeah, that's it. No chance there. All the ults burned for AllStrike. That was all of them. They brought 4 into that fight, and they get completely shut down. They don't use them effectively. They don't focus down any targets. The only person to die on NGA was Little Cat.
RLE's trying to pad the meters there, spamming his shield when there's no one to kill because he wants some extra damage on the board. But there's no one particular to deal with him. He has not been harassed at all. And we're seeing Rain switch to him now to kind of deal with him. And like I said, 30 seconds remaining. This is AllStrike's crunch time. They have to make something happen.
So, they had the backline potential, didn't use it, or at least it didn't work out for them. They squandered all their ultimates, and AllStrike now have to grind through the old-fashioned way here. Well, let's see if it works out. The payload is on the move, and they're able at least to get towards here, but there's the dive to the backlines here. Maps is in a decent position to get a Deadeye. He gets towards Yongban. He's already used his nano boost at least, so that one happens, and now that's going to be addressed here. There was 9139 to get the nano boost, but Maps just dropped his back here. 3 people focusing down that Zaya. Easy enough. No one from NGA is able to sneak, or AllStrike, should I say, able to sneak back onto the payload and actually move it forward. And this is going to be it. This is going to be NGA putting the foot down and putting down a full hold before we even get to the fountain, Jason.
So looking at that, they had a dive comp with Tracer and Winston, still could kill Maps. But even with 2 people focusing on the Maps, RLE was able to take down the backline against Anna and Lucio and really have no problems at all. See, the dive comp's not bad. But with them trying it and not working, I would like to see them try to kill RLE. So leave Winston to just stick to this Genji to keep the supports. Are they playing rock, paper, scissors in the
Not sure, it's like...
Oh, it's like, who? No, it's like... It's what is rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins plays Zarya.
That's it, yeah. You're going to pass it
or
around
whoever loses plays Zarya.
Samsara's like, nah, you guys can do it between you guys. I'm playing Reaper. You can pick what you want.
But yeah, so... Maps is forcing AllStrike Gaming to focus onto him, but it gives RLE so much free room to attack with.
Are they really though? Because we saw when Samsara, a good example of that, he got nano boost, goes past the statue. He goes straight for 9139. He goes for the Zarya. Is that just bad target selection? Because I don't think Maps.
I don't know where Maps was. I don't know where he was in that fight, so I kind of found it hard to tell.
I think he was up at the bridge behind him actually, with that Deadeye.
Yeah. So I don't know. The focus has been a little bit rough, but at the same time, like RLE, he's been the unsung hero. We've been talking about Maps time and time again. He's doing a lot for the team, even if he's not picking up kills. The amount of resources AllStrike have to commit to him to even like distract him. It's been too much, and it's been so impactful and important in how these fights have gone.
And initially, AllStrike actually had some dire potential. They had a Winston, they had a Tracer. Rain eventually gets frustrated, switches to the McCree, and it's like, well,
the Rain. So the McCree switch was for RLE, was for the Genji to stop him. You're not. I don't think he's gonna win out in a 1v1 battle. Actually, they did have a Reinhardt, so he could potentially beat Maps. But
you can't flank the enemy team until you've dealt with their flankers if they're stronger in that role.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Like that's what I would like to see. Samsara play Genji, 1v1 Maps. Genji versus McCree. Genji should ideally be able to win that for equal skill.
I know.
Yeah, you're a McCree player. So you sent one instead of two to deal with them, and you're probably going to be more successful if Samsara can play Genji at a competent level, and then you leave your Winston in the backline to deal with the Genji. But
well, we did see that one of the players here from AllStrike played Torbjorn. It's going to be
turrets?
9139. Okay, interesting here. Yeah, they do have the Symmetra, so this is very, very curious indeed. In fact, AllStrike, they played this against NGA in that series on King's Row. They full held them actually with the Symmetra.
They're going to need to do that. They're going to need to pull it off again here on Dorado, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, especially with the way that NGA has been already playing in this series. And we're seeing RLE on Tracer, so he's not even going for the Genji, he's not going for the flank. And Map's already been taken down by Zarya, so maybe that's their solution. All these turrets distract Map, so many things to attack at the same time. But I don't know, like this is such a risky combo. It's
well, look, I mean, they have to hold here, right? They have no choice but to try and make sure they've got like one fight. I mean,
what?
NGA
again?
Maps. Oh my lord. Another orb to pick him up. Nicely done here.
So who would have thought Symmetra's a counter to McCree?
The point I was trying to make is that AS have to put all their eggs in this basket, right? They have to fight around this area. If that payload even gets remotely close to moving up that hill, they're done. So they put everything at NGA here, and if NGA gets past it, they're going to win. They hope that doesn't happen. But look at RLE, gets into the backline here. This is what he was hoping to do. Still searching for a target. He finds a few there as well. Samsara going to fall down to Maps, and this should be NGA getting started now. They can clear out some of the periphery, but the Mercy comes in here as well. That's how much AllStrike are investing in the one fight here. Goblin eventually falls down. Little Cat picks him up now, and that res may have been for Nord here. RLE's still alive. He's still doing damage here, but that teleporter is active now.
Yeah, it is active, but how many people are going to get through it in time? The payload's still being contested. In the meantime, Maps is not really being disrupted. The ground search comes through. He gets the kill on the raid. He gets the kill on 11-5-20. He's got a Deadeye available as well. The payload is still being held on to as it's slowly moving up as they finish off the last person. And NGA, that was a quick 2-0.
And that's the problem. You may have a teleporter, but you still need to wait 10 seconds for your teammates to spawn in. NGA dealt with two subsequent waves there as well. Even a Mercy res involved. That's just how dominant they were in those fights. Eventually, they managed to get the Graviton Surge, anything that could sort of combo multiple people down at any one time. And that's it. What a quick series here, and what a strong showing from NGA, where we would have thought that this match would have been far more even than what we did see.
I hope so. I hoped for it, but Maps, like, he's got to be the MVP. Actually, I don't know. I wouldn't even give the MVP to him. I'd give the MVP to over to RLE if I can get my words out. Who on that Genji did so much work. Even that Transcendence actually is like the first Zen play that we've had throughout the entire tournament so far. 2300